Hello, everyone. I'm your host, Ryan. Welcome back to Speak Up, the podcast that helps you speak English more confidently every day. If you're new here, we're so happy to have you. And if you've been with us before, thanks for joining us again. Today's episode is super exciting because we're going to share 75 powerful English phrases that you can start using right away in your conversations. These phrases will help you sound more natural, more fluent, and a lot more confident. And trust me, some of the phrases near the end are real gems. You'll want to stick around.
Hi, everyone. I'm Priya, and I'm so excited to be here with you. If you've ever felt stuck in a conversation, not knowing the right words to say, this episode is for you. We've picked phrases that real people actually use every day, not boring textbook lines. And guess what? Some of these phrases are so powerful that they can totally change how people see you when you speak English. So stay with us till the end, because the last few phrases might just become your favorites.
All right, let's dive right in. We're starting with phrases you can use to begin a conversation naturally, not the boring, "Hi, how are you" stuff. These are a bit more real and friendly. First one, long time no see. This is perfect when you meet someone you haven't seen in a while. Instead of saying hello, you can just say, "Hey, long time no see." It sounds natural and warm. Another great one is, "What have you been up to lately?" It's a casual way to ask what's been going on in their life without sounding too formal.
Exactly, Ryan. And here's another. It's been ages since we last spoke. You can use this when it's really been a long time. It shows you've missed talking to them. Now, if you want to sound super friendly, say, "You won't believe what happened to me recently." It grabs attention and starts a story. Another one I love is, "I was just thinking about you the other day." It makes the other person feel special, like you've been on their mind. Simple, natural, and it opens up great conversations.
Yeah, and if you see someone sitting alone, you can say, "Mind if I join you?" It's polite and friendly, way better than just standing there awkwardly. Or if something crazy happened to you, you can start with, "Guess what happened today?" It makes the listener curious right away. Another phrase you can drop is, "I couldn't agree more with what you just said," if you're already in a conversation and want to support their opinion naturally.
Right, and sometimes you meet people in unexpected places, right? So you can say, "What brings you here?" It's simple and opens up a friendly chat. And one more, "I've been meaning to catch up with you." It's perfect for reconnecting with friends you haven't seen in a while. These phrases are super handy when you want to start a chat without feeling awkward or stiff.
All right, moving on. Now let's talk about phrases you can use when you want to share your opinion. One really nice phrase is, "From my point of view." It sounds polite and shows you're sharing your personal thoughts without sounding too strong. Another one is, "I strongly believe that." You can use this when you feel very confident about what you're saying. And if you want to sound a little softer, you can say, "That's just my 2 cents." It's like saying, "Hey, this is just my little opinion. Take it or leave it." It makes your comment sound humble.
Exactly, Ryan. And sometimes when someone asks for your opinion directly, you can simply start with, "If you ask me." It's casual and sounds very natural in conversation. Another good one is, "As far as I'm concerned." It's a great way to express your view without making it sound like the only truth. But remember, if you don't fully agree with something, you can use a softer phrase like, "I'm not so sure about that." It helps you disagree politely.
Yeah, that's so important. And sometimes when someone makes a good point, but you're not fully convinced, you can say, "You might have a point there." It keeps the conversation open and respectful. Or when something isn't very clear, you can just say, "It's hard to say, honestly." It shows that you're thinking carefully and not rushing to give an answer. And when you really agree with someone, a very powerful phrase is, "I couldn't agree more." It shows strong agreement and sounds very natural.
Exactly. And one more useful one. "I see where you're coming from." This is a super kind way to say that you understand someone's opinion, even if you don't totally agree. Using phrases like these makes your conversations more natural, friendly, and polite, and they really help you sound confident when you're sharing your thoughts.
All right, now let's move on to something super useful. Making requests. You know, when you need help but you want to sound polite and natural. One great phrase is, "Could you do me a favor?" It's a classic and very polite. Another one is, would you mind helping me out? It's super soft and sounds really friendly. And if you want to make it even smoother, you can say, when you get a chance, could you? It shows you're not rushing the other person, and it feels very respectful.
Exactly, Ryan. Another phrase I use a lot is, I was wondering if you could. It's a really gentle way to ask someone for help. And if you want to be extra polite, you can add, if it's not too much trouble, before your request. It makes your tone very kind and thoughtful. Another nice one is, would it be possible for you to. Sounds very professional and polite, perfect for work or formal situations.
Yeah, and if you want to keep it casual but polite, you can say, can I ask you for something? It's simple and works great with friends, family, or even coworkers. Another supernatural one is, I'd appreciate your help with this. It shows gratitude while making the request. And of course, could you lend me a hand? It's friendly, easygoing, and perfect when you need quick help with something like moving a chair or carrying bags.
Exactly, and here's one more. If you're free, can you help me out? This is a relaxed, polite way to ask, especially when you don't want to pressure someone. All these phrases make your English sound soft, polite, and confident. And honestly, they work like magic when you need a favor.
Okay, now let's talk about one of the most powerful habits in daily conversations. Showing appreciation. First phrase, I really appreciate it. It's simple, warm, and you can use it almost anywhere. Then there's, that means a lot to me. It's a little more personal and emotional, perfect, when someone really helps you out. Another lovely phrase is, I'm truly grateful. It sounds heartfelt and very sincere. And when you want to sound super friendly and casual, you can just say, thanks a ton. It's full of energy and feels very genuine.
Exactly, Ryan. And if someone does something huge for you, you can say, I can't thank you enough. It really shows deep gratitude. Another cool, slightly old-fashioned but charming phrase is much obliged. It's polite and a little formal, but still very nice. And if you want to sound very warm, you can say, I'm deeply thankful. It's a beautiful way to show you truly mean it. Another super casual and friendly one is, thanks a bunch. Great for everyday conversations.
Yeah, and in more formal settings, like if someone gives you their time or advice, you can say, I appreciate your time. It shows you respect them and are thankful for their effort. And here's a really thoughtful one. Thanks for going out of your way. You use this when someone puts in extra effort just for you. It really makes them feel valued and respected.
Exactly, Ryan. These small phrases can totally change the way people see you. Appreciating others sincerely using natural English makes your conversation stronger, warmer, and more meaningful. So keep these phrases ready. You'll sound more fluent and make people feel great at the same time.
All right, now let's dive into something super important. How to agree and disagree politely. First phrase, I'm with you on that. It's a really friendly way to show you completely agree. Another strong one is, absolutely, you're right. It's full of energy and makes the other person feel supported. When you want to agree but sound a little more formal, you can say, that's a valid point. It shows you're listening carefully. And here's a really smart one. I get where you're coming from, but you agree with part of it, but then gently introduce your own idea.
Exactly, Ryan. And sometimes when you want to show your view politely, you can say, I see it a bit differently. It's soft, not harsh. Or you could say, I respect your opinion, but it shows you value what they said, even if you don't fully agree. Another one is, that's one way to look at it. This is great when you want to disagree without sounding rude. And if you need to be honest but still polite, you can say, I'm afraid I disagree. Adding, I'm afraid softens the disagreement.
Yeah, and if you want to be even gentler, you can say, I have a slightly different opinion. It's not direct, it's soft and respectful, perfect for sensitive discussions. And finally, when you want to leave space for both opinions, you can say, you could be right, but it's a really smart way to disagree without shutting down the conversation, and it keeps the talk positive and friendly.
Exactly. Using these kinds of phrases really makes you sound more professional, more kind, and way more confident in English. It's not just about what you say, it's about how you say it. and being polite always leaves a great impression.
Okay, let's jump into how to express emotions in English. These phrases really help you connect with people. For starters, if you're super happy, you can say, "I'm over the moon." It's a fun and excited way to show your joy. And if you're feeling sick or a little off, "I'm feeling a bit under the weather," works perfectly. Another sweet phrase to show happiness is, "That really made my day." It's a great way to tell someone they've made you feel special. And if you're absolutely thrilled, "I'm on cloud nine." It's like saying you're as happy as you can be.
Exactly, Ryan, but sometimes we're not feeling so great. If you're feeling sad or a little down, you can say, "I'm feeling blue today." It's a gentle way to express you're not in the best mood. When you're really stressed or anxious, "I'm freaking out right now," is a great way to share your emotions. Or if you're just totally drained, "I'm totally exhausted," perfectly describes how tired you are. But on the flip side, if you're full of excitement, "I'm beyond excited." That's how you show you're really looking forward to something.
And here's a very strong one. "That's heartbreaking." You can use this when something makes you feel really sad or upset. It's perfect for moments when you hear bad news or feel disappointed. Finally, if you're bursting with happiness, you can say, "I'm bursting with joy." It's a way to show you're so happy, you can hardly contain it.
Exactly. These phrases help you express exactly how you're feeling, whether it's happiness, sadness, or excitement. Using them correctly makes your English sound much more natural and emotional. You'll definitely connect better with people when you show your true feelings.
All right, let's move on to some fun and exciting reactions you can use in conversations. When something surprises you or you just can't believe it, you can say, "No way." It's an enthusiastic way to show shock or excitement. Another one that's super popular is "seriously." It's perfect when you're surprised or want to express disbelief. And if you think someone is joking or making an unbelievable statement, "You're kidding," works really well.
Yeah, and if something blows your mind, "That's insane," is a great phrase to show you're amazed or shocked. And of course, if you're really interested and want someone to share more, you can say, "Tell me more." It shows you're eager to hear all the details.
These little reactions make you sound supernatural in conversations. They show you're fully engaged and reacting just like a native speaker would.
Exactly. Reacting like this helps you sound more fluent and makes your conversations a lot more interesting.
Now, let's move on to some easy ways to make suggestions in English. The first one is, "Why don't we?" It's a great casual way to suggest an idea, especially when you're talking with friends. Another common one is, "How about we?" It's simple and can work for anything, like activities, plans, or ideas. If you're feeling a bit more creative, you can say, "Maybe we could." This one sounds thoughtful and open to suggestions from others.
Exactly. And if you're feeling confident about your idea, "Let's give it a try" is perfect. It shows you're ready to act on the suggestion. And for something a little more open-ended, "What if we tried?" is a great way to invite others into the conversation and ask for their opinions.
These are super helpful for keeping your conversations flowing and getting other people involved. They show that you're open-minded and collaborative, which always works well in English.
Absolutely. Making suggestions this way makes you sound friendly, creative, and willing to engage with others. Great phrases to keep in your back pocket.
All right, we're getting near the end of today's episode, so let's talk about how to politely end a conversation. One way to do it is, "I should get going now." It's casual and polite, great when you need to wrap things up without making it awkward. Another nice one is, "Let's catch up soon." It shows you enjoyed the conversation and want to continue it later. And if you're speaking to someone who's busy, "I'll let you get back to it," is a smooth way to excuse yourself.
Exactly. And if you had a really good chat, you can say, "It was great talking to you." It's friendly and shows you appreciated the time spent. Finally, "Let's stay in touch" is perfect when you want to keep the connection going after the conversation ends. It's a great way to show you're interested in keeping the relationship alive.
These phrases help you end conversations politely without rushing or sounding too abrupt. They make you sound thoughtful and considerate.
Absolutely, and that's the key, making your conversation smooth from beginning to end. So these phrases are definitely going to make your English sound more natural and fluent.
Well, that's it for today's episode. We've covered 75 amazing phrases for your daily conversations. We hope you found these phrases helpful and fun. Keep practicing and you'll sound like a natural English speaker in no time.
Thanks for tuning in. We had so much fun sharing these phrases with you. Be sure to come back next time for more tips and tricks to improve your English. Until then, take care.
Catch you later, everyone. And don't forget to practice these phrases in your daily life. Stay confident, stay fluent. See you next time.